Hey, kia ora whanau, you're here with me, the maoriwargamer, and today we'll be playing a Warhammer 40K battle report. Chur. Alright whanau, welcome to this 50 power level battle between the Dark Eldar, the Drukhari, and the Chaos Forces, the Chaos Space Marines. Here we're on the agri world of Omea Prime. In the ruined city, there's been a lot of conflict here during the battle for the Ithaca System, and so a lot of the population has been evacuated or moved out. And we're up against the Chaos Forces are fighting, the combined forces of the Crimson Slaughter and the Hollow Swarm. So you're deployed and ready here for combat. And we'll be playing a Maelstrom of War mission, cleansing capture. So we've got our battlefield, we've got our objectives scattered across this battlefield. We've got some new kill team terrain ready to go as well, not 100% painted. This one's just sprayed. Got one here that has actually been painted. But yeah, that's all loaded out, fresh for the battle. As we've got the fusion between the city and then the forests over here. So what the story of this game, following the defeat of the Chaos Forces by the Space Wolves and the Dark Angels, they're on a retreat, getting out of the Ithaca System, heading back towards the warp storm up the top, hopefully to enter, go back and maybe resupply or regroup, all that good stuff. They suffered a heavy loss, so their forces are scattered and in disarray. Cranon the Relentless disappeared. He's fallen off, so other people have taken charge, in particular for this mission. Demon Prince is trying to take command of these forces, and has rallied his troops, this small band, together as they make their escape. They're accompanied by a squad of Plague Marines, Hellbrute, forces all ready to battle. And then we've got the Drukhari. So following last time we saw them on the channel, they suffered a defeat to the Chaos Forces, and so sensing the weakness, they've decided to launch a raiding party, a full raid upon the Chaos Forces, take advantage of their disarray. So look, they've mobilized the full force of, we've got all these bikers, we've got the raiders, we've got Hellions, we've got Scourges. Just a swift raiding party ready to sweep over these forces and cleanse them entirely, capture some, just humiliate them as they did, as they humiliated, as the Dark Eldar were humiliated before. The Archon is ready for vengeance. He got killed last time, decapitated by Cranon, but he was brought back by a homunculus. He sewed the head back on, whatever, some sort of ancient Dark Eldar magics. But yeah, that's our battlefield. It's full, and this looks so great. We're going in for this a nice 50 power level battle, nice humble little battle. Objectives on here. We'll take a closer look at the armies that we'll be playing with today, and then we'll go into turn one. Not too sure who's taking turn one, but we'll find out. You'll find out. Stay with us. Leading the Crimson Slaughter, we have a patrol detachment led by a Demon Prince with 2 Malefic Talons and wings. 2 5-man Chaos Space Marine squads. This squad here, Sergeant with a power sword and a heavy bolter. Sergeant here with a power axe and a plasma gun. 5-man Raptor squad, Sergeant with 2 lightning claws. Rest have bolt pistol, chain swords, and a guy with a melter gun. 3-man Chaos Biker squad, Sergeant with a power fist and the twin bolt guns on each bike. Hellbrute with a multi-melter, Hellbrute fist with a storm bolter attached. 5-man Plague Marine squad, Sergeant with a power fist and a plasma gun and a Chaos Rhino with a Havoc launcher. And leading the Dark Eldar, the raiding force, we have 3 patrol detachments. We've got a Archon and 2 succubuses. And we have 3 Cavalite warrior squads, 2 5-man squads with splinter rifles. The squad has a Dark Lance, and we've got 10 here with splinter rifles and a Dark Lance as well. 2 5-man squads of Hellions with Hellglaives, and their little jetpack things have splinter pods. 5-man Scourge squad with 4 Shard Carbines and a Blast Pistol and a Power Lance. 3 3-man squads of Reaver jet bikes with Heat Lancers. A Raider with a Dark Lance and Blade Veins. And a Venom with a Splinter Cannon and a Twin Splinter Rifle. Alright, Whanau, so Dark Eldar kicking it off for turn 1. End of movement phase here. Orders received. Psychological warfare, so a victory point for if the Chaos Space Marines suffer have to fail a morale test. Unlikely, since I don't have cultists or anything like that, but yeah. Got secure objective 1, which is right here in the crater, very handy. And then secure objective 6, which is all the way there. Those Chaos Space Marines are guarding that one, so that's going to be a tough one to grab. So the movement has begun. Forces sliding forward ever so slightly. The mobility, the speed of these forces is something to behold. So they're crossing over on their way. We'll see what's going to happen. Any shenanigans that could potentially happen as we go into the shooting phase. Dark Eldar, turn 1. And the cowardly Drukhari forces are calling the turn right there. They don't want to advance. They don't want to move. They're out of range to shoot, so they're just going to hold their positions until and let their prey approach them. Will that work or will that not? We will find out as we go into the Chaos Space Marine turn 1. Alright, so the Crimson Slaughter movement phase, turn 1. Orders have been received. Capturing secure objective 3, secure objective 4, and the other one was Blood and Guts. Score a victory point if I kill an enemy unit in the fight phase. So yeah, probably not this turn we'll get that one, but next turn for sure. My opponent ended up securing objective 1, so that's 1 victory point that he has to my 0. And the Demon Prince, who is now in command of these ragtag forces, following the defeats on Ignis by the Imperium. Small elite force moving forward. So the Rhinos moving forward with the Plague Marines and Chaos Space Marines. Hellbrutes climbed over these crates, taking objective 3. We've got Chaos Bikers and the Demon Prince is up there, securing objective 4. And these guys staying in position, waiting until we get the opportunity to capture number 6. So that is the end of that's movement phase. We're going to the shooting phase, Chaos Space Marines. Alright, so end of the turn for the Chaos Space Marines on turn 1, securing objective 4 and securing objective 3. So 2 victory points to the Drukharis, 1 victory point. Bikers here and the Havoc missiles of the Rhino over there. Managed to take down 1 bike and bring 1 bike down to 1 wound. Everything else just pretty stayed still. Still out of range, still in that early part of the game. So we're going to go on to turn 2, Drukhari, and see if they can if they're going to do anything this time around. In the movement phase for the Dark Eldar on turn 2. Swift forces are moving across the field at an alarming rate. Stark contrast to the slow-moving forces of the Plague Marines. Orders have come through, and it's clear what needs to be done. We've got secure objective 4 and defend objective 4, as well as secure objective 6. So those are both Chaos Space Marine occupied areas. My opponent has dropped down the Venom and the Raider, packed with 15 Cavalite warriors in total. Dropped them down onto the table. looking to secure those vital goals. Hellions sweeping across this way, flanking. We've got objective 2 up in that building over there. These guys still holding objective 1, hoping they can roll off for that one again, perhaps. Archon, Succubus, the trio of HQs over there. These forces bunching in. Objective 5 over there. So yeah, we're ready to throw down. Figure out what we need to do. Go into the shooting phase for the Drukhari on turn 2. Right, so into the shooting phase for the Drukhari on turn 2. Took some casualties that turn, whanau. So we lost 3 Space Marines up here to the vehicles landed behind them, just firing in very heavy fire. We've got 2 guys still alive, still kicking. For how much longer, who knows? They're going to need some reinforcements. The Hellbrute took some heavy fire as well. He's down to 2 wounds. And my Rhino with all these guys in it is down to 4. He's on his last legs. Oh, and we also lost a Viker over here to that bunch of guys. So see what's going to happen as my opponent's going to charge in and finish off their turn. Turn 2, Drukhari. Alright, so just one combat ended up going off successfully there. Whanau, Raider versus 2 Space Marines. Raider got no hit. Power Sword Sergeant managed to slash up the Raider and took off a wound, down to 9 wounds. So that's it. No objectives gained for the Dark Eldar that turn. We'll go into Chaos Space Marines, see what they can do. Alright, whanau, so on the aggro world of Omia Prime, the Chaos Forces are making a tactical retreat. They've been ambushed by the Drukhari. Slowly fighting back against this ambush. The Death Guard, the Plague Marines have emerged from the Rhino, looking to take out this threat over here. Chaos Space Marines moving over this way. Hellbrute stomping over to finish these bikers as well. Orders for this one, secure objective 4, once again, a vital point on the battlefield for both myself and my opponent, and then secure objective 6, which we've got my 2 guys, 2 troop choices locked in combat with the Raider, so you know that comes out very nicely, as well as blood and guts from the last one, killer unit in the fight phase. Flown the Demon Prince over this way as well. To this locked-in combat. He's going to tear up with his claws. So that's going to be nice. The Raptors dropped in 9 inches away from these units here into the building, holding objective 4. Bikers are racing around to take that combat on as well. So that is the battlefield of Omia. Objectives, we know what our orders are. Our objectives to gain. Going to go into the shooting phase on turn 2. Alright, so into the shooting phase for the Chaos Space Marines, the Crimson Slaughter. Took 3 of the Hellions out of combat. Took a jet bike out of combat, one down to 1 wound after that heavy fire. It activated a stratagem to give -1 to my hit, so that came in handy for it, kept it alive. Nothing happening over here just yet. Took down 2 more Hellions over here and 1 more jet bike as we're about to go into the charge phase for turn 2, Crimson Slaughter. Alright, so the charges went off. The Crimson Slaughter is about to begin. Get me that last victory point. These guys against that 1 bike. These guys had to stay still to hold this objective, get that other victory point. Boys over here into the bikes. Hellbrute's going to punch in some furious wounds before he dies. Plague Marines into those 2. That's going to be a massacre. And then we've got Demon Prince into this Raider. And then help out that combat. So it's about to go down, whanau. Don't miss a second of this exciting action place your bet, see who's going to come out on top of this fight phase. Glorious slaughter about to begin. Right, final, so end of turn 2 for the Crimson Slaughter. This slaughter, absolute bloodbath. Got rid of these guys. Got rid of the bike here. Didn't even get a chance for the Hellbrute to attack, sadly. That guy gone. Secured that objective. That's a victory point. And this one here, secured. Took off 4 wounds off that with the Demon Prince. And then what else happened? And so I got Blood and Guts objective, and I killed 3 units. So I got D3 victory points, so 2, and then 1, 4, 6, and 4. So that gave me 4 victory points for that turn, plus my 2 from the previous. So I'm on 6 to my opponent's 1. Yeah, pretty big turn, that one. We'll go into their turn 3, Drukhari, Dark Eldar. See what's going to happen, what objectives they may gain that could change the tide of this battle. Right, end of movement phase for the Drukhari, the Dark Eldar, on turn 3. Currently they're sitting on 1 victory point to the Chaos, 6 victory points. We've got the HQ, the trio moving forward slowly. Not sure what they're planning on doing. We have all these units that were massed behind the Bastion racing off this way. Their orders are to capture Objective 4, Objective 6 over here, and to kill an enemy character with the Warlord, the mission critical, like priority super mission 66. So that's their job. So they're going to mass in here to get rid of these Raptors. Scourge is dropping in as well. Venom dropped its guys and moved over here. And that Raider moved back as well. So yeah, interesting. We'll see how things go. Going into the shooting phase for the Dark Eldar on turn 3. Alright, fine. So the battles are escalating here on Omia Prime, the Agri World. That's in a recovery process following deadly assaults by the Crimson Slaughter, the Hollow Swarm in the past. The Drukhari have rushed in, shooting off some impressive hits, taking out the Sergeant there. 1 Tap Marine left there. The Demon Prince is down to 4 wounds after a heavy volley of fire. We've got our 4 Raptors still in position on Objective 4. Bikers are good as well. And still not a lot of action here on the field. These guys still waiting for rolling 1-1 or 2-1 or 3-1. They'll be celebrating when that happens. But yeah, that's our battlefield at the moment, going into some charges, I'm sure. Drukhari turn 3. Alright, so the charges went off. We've got 4 Dark Eldar into the 1 Chaos Space Marine. Wonder who's going to win that fight. Place your bets now. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting fight. These guys didn't make it in. He didn't make it in. We've got 3 Reavers and 3 Hellions against 3 Raptors. Got Twin Lightning Claw guy though. Hopefully he can stay alive long enough to slice and dice. That's it. We'll see the results of this charge and finish off the turn. So end of Drukhari turn 3. Lost a Raptor, but we took out 3 Hellions. 3 more bikes left to go. The Chaos Spaceman didn't even get a chance to attack. He just got wiped out by the whip. So yeah, that's the end of the turn. That gives them Objective 6. They've been fighting for that all game. So bravo. Bravo to them. So that gives them 3 victory points to 6 to me. And we're going into turn 3 for the Crimson Slaughter. Alright, so turn 3, Crimson Slaughter. Our objectives for this one, we've got Supremacy. So hold 3 objectives by the end of this turn. We've got Big Game Hunter. Destroy a unit that had 10 or more wounds, which is the Raider over here. And we've got Defend Objective 6, which is just been occupied by the Dark Eldar. So out of our grasp here. Repositioned our forces this way on the shipping containers. Hellbrutes rushing forward, finish off that combat between the Reavers and the Raptors over there. Plague Marines moving over this way, and bikes over here, securing that objective and in a nice position to fire upon the trio over here. As well, actually I forgot, the mighty Demon Prince, he's looking for blood, he's looking for glory, he's flying over. He could have flown to safety over here, but he's deciding to just go for glory and kill. So he's going to take on that Raider. We'll see how it goes into shooting phase first. End of shooting phase for the Chaos Space Marines turn 3. Wiped out the Cabalite squad there. Vengeance for our fallen brothers. This guy's got nothing to shoot into. These two shot into the Succubus, did nothing. And Plague Marines here managed to take out 1 Cabalite warrior in this group. So we're going to go into some charges and wrap up the turn. End of the turn for Crimson Slaughter, turn 3. Demon Prince has done the job and taken down the Raider, securing Big Game Hunter for the team. Hellbrute demolished the Reaver jet bikes here. These guys didn't even get a chance to attack. And we also secured Supremacy. So that's our turn over. That puts me on to 9 victory points. I've also got First Blood. So 9 to my opponent's 3. Cabalites have come out. We're going to see what's going to happen if the Warlord can survive as we go into turn 4, Dark Eldar. Right, whanau, Dark Eldar turn 4. Game is wrapping up to a close. I'm on 9 victory points, my opponent's 3. End of movement phase. So orders a Big Game Hunter, destroy a unit with 10 wounds. So that's this injured Rhino here. Big Game Hunter, Rhino. You know, that's I couldn't even plan that, eh? The endangered species here, and you know, oh, how fitting is that? Hunting the Rhino for your Big Game Hunter. Oh mate, entertainment galore. Venom's moving in for the kill. This bunch of guys finally decided to step off objective 1. They've been trying to hustle that one for ages, but no luck. So going to come kill some bikers. Scourges as well, flocking around. Little seagulls, little crows, going squawk squawk. Around the Raptors, Hellbrute there. And Cabalites eyeing up the mighty Demon Prince. Can his invulnerables keep him alive? Who knows? Yeah, that one's Big Game Hunter. Kill a unit in the fight phase, blood and guts, and I'll capture this objective 4. So we'll see what happens. Go into Drukhari shooting phase, turn 4. End of shooting phase for the Dark Eldar on turn 4. This band here wiped out the 2 bikers behind the defense lines. Scourges managed to take out the 3 Raptors there as well. And sailing across this way. Rhino's still alive, Big Game Hunter. Demon Prince down to 1 wound. 1 wound there. That is drama, that is tension. As we go into my opponent preparing to charge in, let's take a look at that beautiful kilting terrain. Great. Great work. Straight into into the charge phase, I guess. So Venom is charging in, trying to get that Big Game Hunter. And over here, successful charge. 1 wound Demon Prince versus 8 Cabalites. Can he handle that? Fingers crossed he can. Alright, whanau, and end of Dark Eldar turn 4. The Cabalites here with his whip, he's like, delivers the whiplash to the Demon Prince and slays the mighty beast. He disappears into the war, securing Slay the Warlord and securing Blood and Guts, defeat a unit in the fight phase. So bringing that up the score from 3 to 5. So 5 to my opponent, 9 to myself, making things very nice. We're going straight into turn 4. Let's get this game done. It has gone on for a while. Alright, turn 4, Crimson Slaughter. Need to defend objective 1 for my turn and my opponent's. A bit far out to go get that one. I've got secure the critical objective 6 there, so I'm just an advance away from capturing. Actually, no, I'd say I'm already on that one. I'm just going to climb up there anyway, probably. And what was my last one? And hold the line, so get 3 of my units in my deployment. My opponent has none in mind, which is kind of, yeah, nah. Move the Hellbrute here. He's going to get rid of this flock of seagulls. These dudes here, better perspective view. And the Plague Marines lumbering over 2, 1. Not going to get it in time to count, but oh well, at least they're doing something finally. Go straight into it. Let's get this game done. Alright, end of the shooting phase. Just not many units available. He took down 2 Scourges. Over here, these guys just advanced to climb up the building, capture that objective. That's staying in combat. These guys took a shot into the Cabalites with no effect, and preparing just to charge the Hellbrute into this combat. So we're going to Overwatch fire back. Alright, fellas, the end of the turn for the Crimson Slaughter. We killed another 4, but the power from pain thing keeps them from moraling out. I gained objective 6, so that's a victory point, bring me up to 10. My opponent is on 5. So I'm on 6, my opponent's on 5, going into the final turn, see what happens. Right, whanau, so last turn, Dark Eldar, ramping up. My opponent's currently on 5, they've got new objectives. Behind enemy lines to have 1 victory point for 1 unit in your enemy's deployment zone. D3 if you've got 3. So he's moved his Venom. He's moved the Scourge over here into that. So potential D3 there. He'll get Linebreaker as well, so that's going to be 6. He also got capture objective, secure objective 5 all the way there, which he's got now. So yeah, that's going to bring the game up to 10 if he rolls a 3. So very, very spicy. I'm going to see how things roll. He's moved his trio over this way. And we're just going to go in and wrap this game up. Alright, so a long, tiring battle on Omia Prime. End of Drukhari turn. Start of the turn, I'm sitting on 5 victory points to my 10. And they've done a bit of work. So Dark Lance ended up shooting off and blowing up the Rhino over there, securing Big Game Hunter, so bringing them up to 6 victory points. They're going to have a line breaker by the end of the turn, so that brings them up to 7. And then they've got this objective 5, so that's 8 victory points so far. Coming down to this D3 roll for 3 units, and we're going to roll that on camera. Find the drama. Let's see what he gets. 9. Alright. We just end the game there, no point in 9. That was a really bad roll too. You'll see that when you watch the video. Alright, so 9 victory points. I'm on 10, no point to go into my final turn. If I was, I'd just move those Plague Marines over and get them into guaranteed line breaker, bring me up to 11. Yeah, that was bad. Oh well. A quick summary, wrap up the game, eh? Alright, so wrapping up the battle end of this mission 1 for the second campaign of Season 3 of the Multi-Wargamer Battle Reports, Battle for Ithaca System. Hope you've been enjoying it so far. Good to come back to this planet here. See the desolation that's come through as a result of the constant attacks. So the ambush was sprung onto the Chaos Space Marines. They managed to rally together and band it off. Who knows how it would have ended. There's pretty balanced in terms of the number of forces on the field. I reckon the Ark Destroyer with HQ would have ended up chopping up the Plague Marines eventually. So yeah, though the forces were exhausted, the Archon has to pull back his forces, but he's not worried at all. He's got many more troops to spare. He didn't lose anything of key importance, unlike his army managing to slay the Demon Prince. So that's a victory to the Dark Eldar forces. Yeah, the objectives. I always like playing those types of games. It makes things a lot more interesting, a lot more dynamic. I found coming up for my mission turns 3 and 4, I wasn't rolling off any good ones there, so it was kind of hindering me from growing. And then my opponent ended up getting some pretty nice ones for him. So that turned out pretty well. But yeah, pretty balanced game overall. You sit like the kill team, or the kill points were high. I didn't have very many units, but yeah, it ended up being pretty balanced and down to the roll of the dice at the end of the game, actually. And that's pretty cool to see. So make sure you're tuning in next week. The battle will escalate. The Archon will bring more forces to the fight. He wants to massacre these Crimson Slaughter, these Chaos forces, get them out of the system, which it's a good thing for the Imperium, actually. Get rid of the Chaos forces. So all the best to the Archon. May he succeed in that endeavour. So yeah, tune in next week, see how that escalates, see how that pans out. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Put a lot of time into filming it, so mate, appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thanks for watching once again. I am the Multi-Wargamer whanau. Ka kite, anō.